Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a cast video, so if you're interested in watching, grab yourself a drink, a snack, a blanket, get comfy, and let's get into it. So this is the family that I have designed for the summer home long play series I did. So if you missed that video or like the house that I did for them, I'll go ahead and link it up in the top in a little pop-out card, or I'll type it in the description below. Like, there's kind of 3 videos you could watch if you want to see the house that I created for this family. I have a long play for the outside, a long play for the inside, and then also a little speed build. Now the speed build doesn't have a voiceover since I did the long play already, and it felt like a little bit redundant. But if you do want to watch a sped up version of the house, you can find it on the channel. It's just with music instead of a voiceover like I am doing now. But yeah, so this like as a little repeat of their storyline, this is a band that I've created for the more rundown area of Willow Creek that I'm building for my save file. So this is a family of 4. There's 3 bandmates and then one kind of like groupie, I guess. And so this is the first bandmate that I am making. This is Moses Murillo. Now I'm gonna go ahead and find the traits that I picked out for him, but this is the kind of like, I'm picturing like a drummer or the bass player, but also like the producer of all their music. I imagine like he's the one who actually brings all the audio tracks into, whatever program it is that you use to produce music, and he kind of brings like their albums to life and whatnot. But in terms of his personality and aspirations, so he uses he, him pronouns, and in terms of aspiration, he wants to be a musical genius. He has the ambitious trait, the music lover trait, and the loyal trait. So I think all of those are pretty much self-explanatory. I think the loyal part is he's just very true and kind and giving to the people he's close with. I feel like he doesn't have a wide group of close friends per se. I think he gets along with everyone, but in terms of close friends, I would say he was only got like a select few, but those that are close to him, like, he really cherishes those people, and that was kind of what I was envisioning for this sim. So I kind of just wanted them to be like cool and have like this kind of calm aura about them. And if you're wondering why the sim has a bra on, even though it's like a masculine framed sim, pretty much I use like default replacements for both the male and female sims in terms of like their underwear, because I think the Maxis ones are ugly. Like, I don't really want pink underwear all the time, so I use a default replacement, but for some reason it always goes on to the masculine sims as well. I don't know why that happens, but you can excuse that in your game. Like, if you took off like a shirt or something, like that won't be there. That's just a glitch within my game, so don't worry about that if you were. And yeah, so when I was creating this sim, the pack that really like came in handy was like Strangerville, honestly, because, well, I would say Strangerville and werewolves. So the band that I'm kind of going for is, I guess, like a metal rock or kind of like an indie band. I guess it could go either way, but pretty much there's these posters we got with the Werewolves game pack, and I think that these sims are the band in that poster, if that makes sense. So there's a couple of them, but pretty much I'm calling them the 3 wolves because, guess what's on the poster? 3 wolves. So that's what I decided to go with. And yeah, so you guys can let me know which vibe you think suits them best, but I feel like a rock band is kind of suiting them the most with the sims that I've created. But so there's this sim, and then there's another sim who you will see me create, but this sim has a teen brother who actually lives with them and is in the band with them. Now that teen brother lives in the garage because the house didn't have enough rooms, but I was thinking maybe the teen had to leave home or something happened at home, or he just was ready to move out and he wanted to be a part of the band. I'm not really sure the exact storyline. I just know he doesn't live with his family anymore. He only lives with his brother, and I think him and his brother are maybe not the closest just yet, but maybe when whatever went down at home happened, you know, Moses was really willing to take his brother in and have him like stay with him just so he could kind of help guide him, because maybe their family life wasn't the best. And yeah, and I think through that whole process, they've definitely gotten a little bit closer and will continue to get closer as they work as like a band and whatnot. And yeah, so I think it's a really cute storyline, but Moses is also the one whose partner lives with them. So her name is Angelina Nix. Cool name. Yeah, she is the girlfriend of Moses and they live together. And I think she's kind of the one who helps like take care of, not to give like specific roles, but I don't know, just kind of take care of things and around the house while they're maybe like off on tour or something. Although I'd imagine she'd probably go with them if they were on tour. I don't see her like staying back to take care of the house. She's kind of like, she gives me like independent woman vibes, which I love. You'll see her. I think she's so cool. But for his main outfit, I think I end up giving him a werewolf's little coat and sweater combination. And it kind of looks like it's got like a bunch of different patches and is a little bit worn. And then I gave him these Strangerville pants with this cool little chain tassel belt. And yeah, I really just wanted him to have like warm earthy tones to show that there's like a warmer side to him, and also that matches, you know, what his room looks like. Because if you guys have watched any of my cast videos before, you will know that I love matching my Sims outfits to the room in terms of color scheme. I really want you to be able to look at the Sim and just know instantly that it's like, you know, their room, I guess. And so that's kind of what I try to go with all of my Sims builds, or like cast builds, I mean. And yeah, so I have finished up with Moses now, and I have moved on into Angelina Nix's portion of the video. Now, I believe I set their pronouns as she, they. I could be wrong, but I think she, they, and in terms of sexual orientation, I think I made her bi. Or like, I guess in the game it could be like anything. It could be like pan. I kind of see her more as like a pan girly, because I don't know, I just feel like she just loves everyone and just loves love, and I think that's so cute. And I really like how her face came out, which sounds like a really weird thing to say, but I don't know, it's CAS, like part of making these Sims is making their faces. But I feel like I gave her like a really cute nose. I absolutely love her nose, and I really like how her eyes are a bit more wide set. I just think she's such like a beautiful looking Sim. And so for her aspirations, you can see them up in the corner. She has the city native trait. I think her dream is kind of to, I'm not entirely sure what I want her career to be, but I think she really wants to like live in the city, and like when this band, because right now I'm thinking the band's a bit more underground, but when this band becomes big, like I think she has a dream to move to the city, either with or without them, depending how things play out. But I feel like maybe she's kind of like their manager, and I don't think that's how it started. I feel like maybe she just kind of took on that role as, you know, she was the partner first, and then throughout her time staying with them, she kind of took over the more manager duties. And I think maybe that's how it could play out, and I think that'd be really cute. And then maybe they all move to like the city and make it big. But for her traits, she's loyal, an insider. Oh, wait, sorry, not loyal. She's outgoing, an insider, and self-assured. I think she just knows who she is, and she loves who she is, and she doesn't really hide that from anyone, which I think is a beautiful trait to have. And she's also an insider, so I feel like she's really good at just kind of like reading the room and knowing people and making connections, which would be really good as like a manager who's like trying to get this band all these like deals and whatnot, or like label deals and, you know, records and things like that. If you can't tell, I'm not a musician. I don't know much about the ins and outs of the music industry. I love music, don't get me wrong, but I don't know what it takes to create a successful band. So this is just my own interpretation. And also, this is The Sims, and you can't actually do things like that as much as I wish you could. But I think maybe I'll just put her in like the business career, or yeah, I'm really not sure. Maybe she'll be like an entertainer as well. Yeah, if you guys have any comments or suggestions on what you think her career should be in the game, please let me know, because I'm actually kind of stumped on that. Ooh, I feel like she could also be like a bartender on the side. But then if she was a bartender, she might mix like a lot of their gigs, and I feel like she's always there to support them. So maybe that doesn't actually work. I don't know. Again, you guys let me know if you have any suggestions on that, but I think her outfit came out so cool. I ended up going for like a red and gray color scheme, which sounds like it would be ugly, and maybe you will think it's ugly, but to me, I think it looks like such a cool color scheme. And I'm really happy with how that came out. I also gave her a lot of different like browns and stuff, and I gave her some tattoos and like this really pretty lipstick and big earrings and like smoky eyes. I just tried to go for that like that classic rockstar girlfriend aesthetic, and that's what I did. And yeah, I'm trying to think of if there's anything else important to mention about her. I don't think there's too much. For her main outfit, I'm pretty sure the sweater is growing together. The skirt is, let me think. I think it's get together. Now, I could be wrong about that, but I think it's get together. And then she's got these striped tights and these little mid-calf boots, and the boots are from Get Together and the tights are just base game. And then for this little like cardigan corset moment that I just pulled up, that's from Growing Together. I can't remember if I end up using that or not. By the looks of it, it looks like I didn't, but I really wanted her to kind of match Moses's vibe as well, since they are like a couple, and I kind of like when they've got similar aesthetics, because I feel like they just look like they go together. I think her party outfit looks so cool. It's like this sequin jumpsuit from high school years, which is absolutely awesome. And yeah, I really like the haircut I decided to give her. I gave her like this very short bob, or almost like pixie cut, which also reminds me, I just got my hair cut. Fun little fact, I got a cut the other day and I went for a bob. So if I ever do another face cam and my hair looks different, that's why. Please be nice to me. I will cry if you don't like it, so keep that to yourself. And yeah, I'm kind of going on a big tangent here. I don't really know what I'm talking about anymore. I feel like when it comes to CAS videos, I just yap without even thinking, which is not always a great thing. Hopefully it's still entertaining and engaging. But yeah, for her formal, I have used a base game little mini dress, which I think is so cute. I really kind of struggled with these Sims, well, this Sim specifically, because I feel like the items we had weren't, meeting what I needed, but I think in the end I made it work. But also with this family, I had one heck of a time trying to create them, because literally I made the whole entire family and then my game crashed. And if you know anything about The Sims, you can't like save midway when you're making a family unless you go back into live mode, then back into CAS. And I didn't do that because I was silly and my game crashed after I made all the Sims, so I had to go in and redo them all, and that was a nightmare. But I did it and it's done and I don't have to worry about it now, and I'm just really happy with how The Sims came out, and I'm glad I like pushed through it and actually worked on creating a vid for you guys. So that's why you'll see for this Sim, I didn't really take you through the process of creating their face, because I think I lost the footage for that one, or that's the one where it crashed or something. I can't quite remember. Because I know, like, I redid Angelina entirely, so I thought I would have redone him, but maybe I forgot to hit record or something. Honestly, my software's been giving me a little bit of an issue recently, so I do apologize for that. But we have moved on into the second last Sim. This Sim is named Tyson Klein, and in terms of their traits and whatnot, they have the serial romantic aspiration. Right? That's not the soulmate one. Right, I'm looking in the corner right now. I'm pretty sure that's a serial romantic. So they're kind of like, they want to get to know everyone and be with multiple people kind of thing. I feel like they're just like a really big flirt, and rock star life is definitely something they want. And I feel like they're used to like having all these Sims be like hitting on them and attracted to them, and I feel like they kind of eat it up, and that's kind of the vibe that I was thinking this guy gives off. And I kind of really like the storyline of maybe Angelina trying to hook him up with with her friends, so that maybe he can find someone to like actually settle down with. But I really like the storyline of him actually having a really big crush on Angelina, but of course he would never do anything because he's really close with Moses, and Angelina just thinks he's like a kind of douchey guy when it comes to relationships and whatnot, but you guys could play out that storyline if you wanted to, have things get a little juicy, but that's completely up to you. But there's just a little hint of something you could do if you wanted. And yeah, I think they're either the guitarist or the lead singer. I feel like Moses is kind of a little bit more at the back than maybe Tyson's like the front man. And now we have moved on to Adonis Murillo, who is the brother of Moses, and I think that maybe he's the drummer, Moses is the bassist, and Tyson is the lead singer. Now, once again, we don't have all of these instruments, so I'm thinking one of them's like in the actual game, one of them's keyboard, one of them's guitar, and one of them's vocals. So I think maybe Adonis is keyboard, Tyson is vocals, and Moses is guitar, because that's the closest I could get to a bass, something like that. But for this sim, they are a teenager, like I mentioned, and there's also 2 teenagers living in this neighborhood already, so maybe he's like friends with them, or like has a crush on one of them, or they have a crush on him, something like that. Oh yeah, and I also forgot to mention Tyson and Adonis use he, him pronouns, both of them. And yeah, so for Adonis, their traits are goal-oriented, lazy, and a genius. I feel like Adonis is one of those people where it's like being smart just comes naturally to them and they don't really have to try, so they're kind of lazy about it, but I feel like they're kind of a genius, especially when it comes to like music and things like that. And that was kind of like the storyline I had. There's really not too much going on for him specifically. It's more kind of like all the people as a whole. But of course, if you guys have any like comments or suggestions on how I could add to their storyline, or what you think their career should be, or hobbies and skills and things like that, feel free to let me know. I always love when you guys like participate in the videos. It makes it super fun, and I feel like it makes my save file a lot more lively. But yeah, that is pretty much it for the video, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave it here. I want to thank you guys so much for watching and for all the love you've been giving me recently. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, hopefully I will see you all in the next video. Bye everyone.